Hey everyone, this will be the articulation demo for the Hot Toys Wonder Woman, but first I just wanted to share some stuff that Anthony sang. That's Budget Stark on YouTube. He just wanted to make sure that people were aware of this. I wanted to check with you that the guy who messaged you, Samuel Bodart, was apparently not following the instructions on Wonder Woman, hence why he damaged it doing the defensive pose. He has deleted the post on OSR after he confirmed himself that he didn't follow the instructions. In his YouTube video, you can hear the snap on the body when he is articulating it. So just follow the instructions and that should be fine. But also, before we do the articulation demo, I wanted to include some information that Anthony Sang sent me in just a couple of voice clips. And it is very informative stuff as far as what they use to make Wonder Woman's body. So I'm just scrolling to that now, and I will just let you hear. I did ask Anthony if I could play these clips to you. He said that's fine, but he was basically just sending me these clips as information when I was talking to him about, Wonder Woman. So I'll just let you hear this.
Hi mate, I wasn't sure if you saw that Chinese video where they did that sort of initial review and unboxing of Wonder Woman. Just so you're aware, the guy who was doing most of the talking about the body was Brian Lowe. He's the owner of ACI, and I don't think it came through on translation very well, but he did mention it. The body is a new type of body, as you alluded to in your video, because it feels different. It's sort of different to some of the figures that you've seen before. It's made out of TPR, thermoplastic rubber, where they've fused in the mixture rubber and plastic in the same ratio, in different ratios, to make it the body that it is there. So it is a new built technology and a new type of material used, and obviously it's vital to get the ratio correct.
Okay, and now I'll just play the second clip. I was just trying to show you Wonder Woman so you've got something to look at while you're listening. I've got this turned up as loud as possible. I hope you can hear Budget Stark okay.
The problem in general with silicon, rubber or plastic is that each have different types of properties. For example, silicon is not great for painting on, and rubber is sometimes too brittle when it gets colder and will melt when it's hotter, and plastic doesn't have that right feel. So what they try to do is find the right balance of the rubber and the plastic in certain ratios to make it so that it's paintable, but it has the base color that they need before they put on the detail, and it has the flexibility and has the longevity of plastic. So they had to do a lot of testing. This is what I heard about Hot Toys. They had to do a lot of testing to make sure they got the right ratio and how the body would hold up and still can have the endoskeleton inside, etc. So it was a really interesting first attempt, I think, by Hot Toys to make that type of body.
Okay, so there's one more clip. Let me just double check it and make sure it's actually relevant, because I can't remember if that was a personal message at the end or whether it was just more information about the body. Let's just go ahead and play it.
One other thing that Brian mentioned, he said in the industry, of the figure industry, it's understood by pretty much all the sculptors and painters and makers out there, is that the hardest sculpt to paint is female Caucasians. And I actually had a quick drink with him, just a lemon tea or something, and he said that it's because of the outline and because their face is paler. If you're doing a very small outline or the definition on the face, it doesn't stand out as much. And if you over-sculpt it, it stands out too much, and it's very, very difficult. And for whatever reason, the female Caucasian is the hardest sculpt to make. So I thought that was quite interesting, coming from someone who knows about sculpts and head sculpts in the industry.
Okay, so that's all the audio messages from Anthony Sang, Budget Stark on YouTube. Very informative stuff. So now we can get on with the articulation demo. Let me just put a pause in here and set up my rig. Okay, now again, just like with the Harley Quinn articulation demo, it's very awkward for me to film this because I don't have a tripod for this Samsung phone, and I've just basically had to pile up a bunch of things to get it high enough and balance it and get the phone to prop itself up so that I can actually film stuff, and I'm reaching around the camera to try and do this. So I can't really see what you're seeing. I'm just looking around the makeshift tripod to see. Hopefully well, let's just see how this goes. Right, so the head turns like that, and she can look up. The neck does move as well, so she can look up, and she can look down quite considerably. Let me just get that in focus for you. So yeah, she can look down and she can look up. You've got great movement in the head and neck, basically. Now I am going to take the head off while I'm doing this articulation demo now, because I just don't want to be messing with it too much. The head does come off easy. Alright, so we've got, let's get this in focus. Come on, camera, focus for me. Here we go. I've only got one take at this. I can't re-edit this video, so you have to bear with me with these kind of things. So yeah, the neck does move backwards and forwards and to the side as well. And let's see, the arms raise. You have to be careful. And notice how I'm putting my thumb here just to kind of make sure as I'm raising it, it's okay. So that's about as much that way as that will go. You see, it just sort of comes back down again once you get to that point. So she can hold her arms straight out. She can bend her elbow. And you can sort of turn that to about here. That's your limit. It won't go any more backwards than that. It will go down this much. And that's how that looks. But yeah, the bend on the elbow is pretty good. It's not a double bend. I don't know how long you'd want to leave her like that. You can see I had a little line show up just there, but that's kind of gone away again now. And there is a turn here. I really don't like putting my fingers on her skin this much in case I do any kind of damage, but it should be okay. The arms go back about this much and forwards seems to be about that much. It won't go any more than that, well, unless I'm moving it wrong, but that's about as far forward as they're going to move. But round here there's a lot of I don't want to say rubber or plastic or whatever the hell Anthony Sang said this was. It does feel very tough and very thick. Like there's a lot more here than there would be on like a fire scene body. Usually when you squeeze a fire scene arm you can feel the metal skeleton underneath straight away, but this one I could just feel lots of thick skin. And so she can sort of look back a bit. There's like a midsection cutaway, similar to the same position it was with Harley Quinn, but Wonder Woman's top half has a flap of skin that comes down here. So the joint is about here, but she has a flap of skin at the back that comes down so that you can't see it through here. Sort of creates the illusion that it's all seamless. But she can turn a bit, but not much because of the the armor that she's wearing. So yeah, the arms not too bad. You can get them right down by her sides. Now the legs go forward that much, and they can go back that much. Not too bad. And because of the system, very similar to how Harley Quinn's legs were, they can sort of spread apart and do box splits pretty well. The knee bends. Sorry guys, I'm not really too comfortable doing this video. I've been really nervous about doing an articulation demo on Wonder Woman, but she seems to be doing just fine. There we go. The knee bends that much, and I hope this is in focus for you guys. I've got a terrible feeling that it's not in focus. I really hope it is. Again, I don't have a tripod. I've had to balance the phone on top of a whole bunch of stuff, including a bookshelf, Blu-rays, steelbooks, and it's being propped up with an American Werewolf in London mini bust. It's ridiculous. So that's pretty much everything. You've got good articulation in her feet. They do move, pivot, all that stuff, see? You've got great movement in the ankles. It's nice and stiff, so she should be able to stand up just fine. I think that's everything. So just one more time with the arms. That's the main thing you're going to be trying to move. So yeah, they do go up that much, but then they just kind of go back to about that height by themselves.